I just heard the most outrageous thing imaginable.
And filming and driving at the same time isn't outrageous? Dude, just stop.
But at the same time, I am not surprised about this, not one iota. I know that retail investors are very stupid. If you're a retail investor, there's a 95% chance that you're stupid.
And you are obviously the smart guy. Wait, aren't you retail as well?
You think that you can buy individual stocks and consistently outperform the market. And you probably started buying individual stocks around March of 2020, which conveniently was around the time that we got locked down and all these stupid apps came out where you could buy stock, bro.
Get out of my head, bro. But no, seriously no. Not every retail investor started investing in 2020, not even the majority. And the ones who did probably already left the markets. Perhaps you are talking to that tiny minority who stayed?
Now, this news that really disturbed me, but is not surprising to be honest, is that more retail dollars in 2023 have flown into Tesla stock than into the SPY ETF.
More retail money went into Tesla than SPY? Okay, that might sound concerning, but think about it for a minute. As an index fund investor, you invest into hundreds or thousands of stocks, and you don't have a slightest clue about majority of these underlying companies. And this is nowadays considered to be responsible investing. Different people have different investing ideas. Some make money, some lose money, and the aggregate trading is what makes the market. I'm a big fan of personal responsibility, so can't you just live and let live?
Let me say that again. More retail dollars has flown into an individual stock than a broadly diversified U.S. stock index that covers 80% roughly of the U.S. stock market capitalization. What? That means the collective retail investor is throwing more dollars into a highly speculative EV stock that has a fraud and a loser as its CEO.
Highly speculative? That's a matter of opinion. Fraud? That's a serious accusation, and I think you should provide some evidence, or at least explain what you mean by that. But loser? How delusional do you have to be to consider Elon Musk a loser? The richest man on the earth? The man who started multiple multi-billion-dollar companies? The man who launches rockets into space? Who started EV revolution? Who develops self-driving cars, AI and humanoid robots? A loser. Okay.
That are buying a totally diversified, massively diversified ETF. And the SPY it's one of the I think it is the most popular S&P 500 ETF. Now, what does this mean? Well, this means that retail investors, number one, are in a cult. A lot of them are.
Yeah, I know you are. Anti-Tesla, anti-Musk cult. It is really popular these days.
And number two, they haven't learned their lesson yet about individual stocks. And I see this in my comments all the freaking time. People that have been investing since 2020, they really think that they're geniuses. They really think that they're so smart that by buying the dip of tech stocks, because if a stock dips, you buy it, it goes back up. It's easy, bro. That they are smarter than the market.
It is really interesting. If you ask an average Tesla investor, you will find out that he is quite knowledgeable about the company, and he will be happy to explain why he is investing in it. You may disagree about the future prospects and about the valuation, but you go further than that. You just assume that every Tesla investor is on the same level as Wall Street bets morons.
And there's going to be a rude awakening one day for all these Tesla investors that continue to believe that past performance predicts future performance.
You'll see. Do you insinuate that people invest in Tesla stock because the stock went up? Or that Tesla as a company has done so well that it must continue to do well? Because if it's the latter, then absolutely. Tesla is full of brilliant engineers that continue to innovate and will continue to innovate.
They're going to keep buying Tesla at these crazy valuations. And I think Tesla will fall. There's very little doubt in my mind that at some point Tesla stock is going to be shown for the fraud bubble it is. And it is a fraud bubble.
Yeah, Tesla stock will fall at some point. Every stock does. Please educate me about the fraud. As a Tesla investor, I would really like to know what is so fraudulent about the company. I'm dead serious here. Given evidence, I may change my mind. But you don't provide anything.
Every single piece of bad news doesn't do anything to the stock.
That disbelief that the so-called recall, otherwise known as over-the-air software update, didn't move the stock down, that disbelief on your face is precious. If we truly had some disastrous news, I would have to revisit my valuation model accordingly. But we all know that you will never change your mind about Tesla regardless of any evidence presented. You said it yourself in your previous videos. That is how I know you are in a hate cult.
It's all delusional clowns just buying and buying and buying and buying because they literally believe in this cult of clown Elon Muskrat. And it's gotten to the point where it's ludicrous. I mean, think about the sad state of the retail investor. That instead of buying a totally broadly diversified ETF that covers the largest 500 companies, I think it has like 508 or something like that in it. 500 companies in the United States, listed in the United States. And more money is going into Tesla. Oh my God!
Despite what I said before, the index funds are the way to go for majority of people. But bro, why do you continue to bash Tesla? You own it in your index funds as well. I'm sure your brokerage allows you to buy thousands of different stocks and many index funds. You are the smartest guy in your chair, man. It shouldn't be that difficult for you to replicate the performance of your favorite index fund, VT, minus Tesla stock. You can go long VT and short Tesla in the just right amount to offset your Tesla holdings in VT. I believe Tesla is like 1% of VT. I'm not suggesting a naked short, man. Just sell what you already hold. Short selling Tesla is really cheap. Interactive Brokers charges only 0.25% annualized. If you are so sure you could hold that short for years with minimal costs, why don't you do that? Put your money where your mouth is.
This is nuts. Now, of course, when you think about it, if they were just showing the stock, there's other S&P 500 ETFs. So cumulatively, probably sell more. Like, what's that? I can use things. I don't know. But it still shows the dramatic increase in the Now, this year, now, I've seen is that institutions have been holding this down. They don't want to find the stocks. These amazing new brokers. They're just lowering the retail investor to allow them to buy individual stocks like Tesla, massive stable stocks. And this is why, because the retail investors are liberty. Retail investors are going to get anything they need to build up this product that they're of. That is. Your product is the index fund.
Retail investors really think they're getting one up on Wall Street by putting all their money in Tesla or AMC or whatever stupid stock they're buying.
I don't actually support being all in on Tesla, but I'm not stopping anyone. Your money, your responsibility.
And they think they're giving Wall Street the finger, and they think they're fighting the man, and they think they're outsmarting Wall Street. I just love it, man. When in reality, Wall Street has already been outsmarted. But you guys are buying into these lies. You know, you're listening to your retail investor figureheads like Meat Stroker. Or who else is a Tesla shill? They're all Tesla shills. Have you noticed the biggest scammers are all Tesla shills? Shocking!
Dude, everyone, including you, is talking about Tesla and trying to profit of that. Have some perspective.
Okay? But it's gotten to such a bad point, that Tesla is seeing more inflows than SPY. And I think that's a horrible thing. I really do, because I think long run, even if you do make money off Tesla, you're learning bad habits. You're learning to buy stocks that are cult followings that are super popular and that went up a lot. That's what you're learning.
You have a point here. These are bad signs for a stock for sure. And there are new investors learning bad habits.
And you're also being conditioned that these stocks, when they dip, you just buy the dip and it always comes back. And that's not always how it works. Okay? And eventually, you're going to be wrong and you're going to get your cheeks clapped. So it's terrible. You know, like I wish every retail investor bought the S&P 500.
If everyone just buys S&P, the markets will lose the price discovery process. No regard to fundamentals.
And just let the Wall Street geniuses trade.
Yeah, I'm from Wall Street, bro. Bro, I got my CFA so I can underperform the market, bro.
What a bunch of losers. I wish all retail bought the SPY, or VOO, lower expense ratio. But I know how it is, okay? But don't lose heart. You know, don't get sucked into the madness. If you love Tesla, because you see this chart, it went up a lot.
Yeah, that's why I love Tesla. Because it went up a lot.
Okay, put a little bit of money to it if you want to. But for the love of God, you should not be putting more money in Tesla than freaking VOO, okay? It's freaking madness. Bye.
I hate that you pretend to care about retail investors, yet you repeat that you wish they lose all their money. I know that it is just a YouTube personality, but I still hate it.